Hello everyone, welcome to Empower Her Academy by Frankfurters Business School. And yes, we say empower her, but it's also for men. But I just like it, empower her. A lot of women are being marginalized, and a lot of women don't learn. A lot of women are like taking the back seat in their education, in their business education, and that's why I've taken it upon myself and my team to try as much as possible to educate people on what they need to know. My name is Dr. Matilda Nwoko. I'm the lead partner of Frankfurters Business School. My background is leadership and policy in education and also planning in education. I have PhDs in both fields. But I've been an entrepreneur for years. I've done different businesses. I've owned a school. I've owned a fitness outfit. I've done some work things with the federal government and state governments. But generally, let me say 70% of my life I've been an entrepreneur, and I believe I have so much to give back to the society right now as it is. So we're going to go on this emotional intelligence in business, the African woman perspective, a 2-day workshop. So day one, we're looking at foundations of emotional intelligence. That's what we're going to be looking at today. Foundations of emotional intelligence. So welcome to 2 days workshop. Empower Her Academy, Emotional Intelligence in Business, the African Woman's Perspective. So today is day one. I'll quickly take us through the day one's training. Please ensure you endeavor to listen to this because I want to also share the audio link. So something you can be playing in the background as you're cooking, as you're in the kitchen, as you're driving, or as you're just like baking or doing something. I want you to please try as much as possible to listen to this. And for those who can also watch the video so you can see the slides, all well and good. I also try and compress the video so well so that it will be under 15 or maybe 20 MB max. And then you can also watch it on YouTube. So thank you for being part of the class. So today is day one, Foundations of Emotional Intelligence. Team, understanding yourself to lead. You need to understand yourself first to be able to lead others. If you don't understand yourself, you cannot lead others. Emotional intelligence is not just a soft skill, it is a business advantage. If you understand emotional intelligence, you are going to do so well in business, not just in business, even in your own private life. It's very vital. For African women, EI can unlock leadership. With emotional intelligence, you can, for the sake of this class, we'll be referring to emotional intelligence as EI. EI can unlock leadership, resilience, and growth in the face of cultural and structural challenges. We know we're in Africa, and a lot of people who have a lot of cultural challenges and structural challenges that say a woman should not do this. They will even frown at you, making some strides, So, but it's with intelligence you can, help them to get to, see your way of thinking, of your way of reasoning, and then you win the race. Like we normally say, a woman is the neck, while the husband is the head. But the neck is the one that talks. You can't move your head now without your neck moving. So, if you're smart enough, you'll be able to, utilize emotional intelligence to win in your business and in your homes. So I've said the one foundations of emotional intelligence. Introduction to emotional intelligence, the African woman's perspective that we're looking at self-awareness, the first step to growth, self-regulation, managing emotions effectively, and then we're going to have some reflection exercises and some journaling. So introduction, why emotional intelligence matters in African women's business. Because it's about people. Business is about people. Life is about people. And you must learn how to, work with people. So if you don't learn how to work with people or how to manage people, manage yourself and manage people, then you can't have a good business. You can't be a good leader in business. Even in your own work, your own private life, you're going to have a lot of challenges. And we'll see that challenges coming on time and again. A lot of women have missed opportunities in life because they didn't manage their emotions very well. So missed out on good marriages because they didn't manage their emotions very well. So me start on good business because they didn't manage their emotions very well. Now, many of us with years with years of living and businesses, now we sit down now, we now go back down the memory lane, and we realize that we lost a lot of good opportunities to be with good people, also get some good businesses done, because we didn't know how to manage our emotions, or they manage the emotions of the people that came our way that time. So I pray that after this class, you should be able to understand how to, work with people. The unique strengths of African women entrepreneurs lies in resilience. For African women, EI is especially important in balancing leadership with cultural and family expectation. In Africa, you need to balance your leadership with cultural. What does the culture expect? And your family. As a woman in Africa, you don't own yourself. Your family owns you, whether you're married or you're not, or you're under your father's care or your brother's care or something. Even they're not giving you money, for Christ's sake, that is our culture. No matter how you want to say this and that, it's your culture. You still have people to answer to. So you need to learn how to manage these people. Building trust in communities where relationships matter. So when you have good emotional intelligence, you'll be able to build trust in communities. Then harnessing unique strengths such as self-resilience, adaptability, and empathy. You're going to learn how to, harness these unique strengths as we go along. So what's emotional intelligence? EI is ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions. Recognize your emotions, understand them, and manage them. Some people say, some people don't even recognize their emotions. So when people say, look at what you say, hey, me? No, no. You have to learn to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions. And then recognize and influence the emotions of others. If you understand your own emotions and you don't understand that of others, then, my dear, you're on your own. Because you always keep having issues with people. They won't understand. Do you understand? So if you understand yourself, then you have to also recognize people's emotions and learn how to influence them, how to use their emotions to, work with them, not actually influencing them, but at least helping to understand them so you can work well with them. So emotional intelligence has 5 components. Daniel Coleman highlights 5 key components of EI. One is the self-awareness, which I'm going to be delving into seriously. Knowing your emotions and triggers. What are the things that triggers you? You need to know your emotions and your triggers. Then you need to know how to self-regulation, managing reactions and impulses. That is self-regulation. Then motivation, inner drive that pushes beyond challenges. That is what motivates you. That is your own emotional intelligence. No matter what people are telling you, you're not going to work. You have that inner drive that I can make it. It's going to work. The challenge will not bring me down. I'll rise above it. I'll go great. I'll this and so that's your inner motivation. The empathy, understanding others' feelings and perspectives. How does other people feel? How do they feel? How are they? What is their point of view? How are they seeing this thing? From what angle are they coming in? As I said, this class is not only for your business, for your own personal life, how you relate with your spouse, how you relate with your in-laws, how you relate with your children, everything, how you relate with your church members. This class is going to help you. So please pay rapt attention. Then your social skills, managing relationships effectively. That is what EI comprises. Your self-awareness, your self-regulation, your motivation, your empathy, and your social skills. So African woman and EI. African women bring powerful traits into emotional intelligence. One is resilience, overcoming systemic and cultural barriers. Women are strong. Women, you read history, you go through history, you hear of women who have done so great. You're going to be looking at 1 or 2 because of this class. Even in look at your neighborhood. You see a woman standing, carrying 5, 8 children, taking care of them, in-laws, outlaws. Sorry. There's some women on their plate in a day, what they do. They wake up, they are working, they are doing this, they are connecting, they are the caregiver, they are making food for this one, they are going to the farm, they are drawing water. Jesus, at times I just say, where do we get our strength from? We keep going till very late in the night, early and throughout the night. We're also waking up to check the children who are sick and who are sweating, to change their clothes and taking them to, and then early morning by 5 a.m. you are in the kitchen. Women are very, very, very resilient. They're nurturing your strength, building trust and loyalty in teams and customers. You need to nurture your strength. You can't keep scattering your energy as a woman. The people God has given you in your household are your strength. You need to build trust and nurture them. Don't scatter what you have. You have people working with you in the office. Learn to build trust and loyalty in teams and customers, and learn to nurture them. You can't finish building, like building a house, and then you now go and shake one of the pillars and it will fall. Everything will go down. No. With emotional intelligence, you need to learn how to keep nurturing your strengths. Building trust and loyalty in teams and customers. Then balance, managing family, career, and community expectations. That is balance. You have to manage your family, career, and community, because when one is out of balance, it affects every other one. If you're in a family, your family is not balanced, you're not happy, things are not going well, of course, it's going to affect your career. You go to work, you can't give your best. You go to your business place, you can't give your best. And then it also goes out to the community. It will begin to affect your community and expectations. So please, you must learn balance. So these threats, when channeled consciously, make African women powerful business leaders. So as I said, we're going to look deeply into self-awareness. Self-awareness is knowing and honoring your emotions, the foundation of leadership. If you know yourself, it's a man, know yourself. And you know yourself, don't berate yourself. Sit down and understand yourself and your emotions. That's the foundation of leadership. You can't be a leader that doesn't know himself. Know your emotions. So self-awareness is the bedrock of emotional intelligence. Before you can influence others, you must first understand yourself. Your emotions, how do I feel? Your triggers, what makes you angry? What makes you happy? Your strengths, oh, I can do this very well without getting tired. Oh, this drains my energy. And your blind spots, the things that you don't know. Everybody has their own blind spots. You can't, even if you have eyes, I see 360 degrees. There are some areas you don't know. There are some things you are not good at. So you need to understand these things. So for many African women in leadership, society has conditioned us to suppress our emotions, to be strong, or to act like men in order to be taken seriously. No, you're a woman. There's a part for you to be also be soft. You can't be strong all the time, even if you're a rock. Attacks they also get eroded, get chipped away. So you can't always keep being like a man, act like men. You are a woman. Every woman wants to be loved. Every woman wants to be pampered and nurtured. And you mustn't be like a man to be taken serious. You can still be feminine, but still get your points across. But emotional maturity does not mean denial. Even if you're emotionally mature, it doesn't deny the fact that you're a woman. True power lies in acknowledging your emotions, interpreting them accurately, and using them to guide wise decisions that you make. That's the essence of self-awareness. There's an African proverb that says, he who knows not himself is lost in the marketplace. So if you don't know yourself, you're lost in the marketplace. So as a woman who lacks self-awareness risks being controlled by hidden emotions. So you need to know yourself. Be self-aware so you don't be controlled by emotions that you're not even aware that they're there. Reacting impulsively in a meeting can just say, I don't be woman. And you won't like that. Underestimating her worth or making decisions driven by fear rather than strategy. So you must learn self-awareness to understand how to control your emotions. Because when you react impulsively in a meeting or say things out of context, that will now underestimate your worth. Underestimating your worth will make you not happy or making decisions driven by fear rather than strategy. So self-awareness, therefore, is not weakness, it is strategic wisdom. It's strategic wisdom. You don't just go quarreling, just don't go talking anyhow. You just quietly, take things easy and understand how to go about things. So we have different aspects of self-awareness. So we have One, emotional awareness. That is recognizing your feelings in real time. Example, noticing that you are defensive in a negotiation because of past experiences, rather than because the current line is untrustworthy. Some people, yes, we have been defrauded. Some people, some things have not gone well, even in relationships. Maybe you've had a bad relationship and somebody is coming into your life right now, and you're like, please wait. No, don't recognize your feelings in real time. Don't use a bad experience to judge what is coming before you, or now use that same meter to put everybody on that same scale. So you need to understand it. Don't just get defensive in a negotiation because of past bad experiences, rather than because the current client is untrustworthy. So you have to check the two. Then accurate self-assessment. Knowing your strengths and limitations without exaggeration or self-deprecation. You need to know your strengths. Like example, admitting that public speaking is a growth area. Everyone cannot be into public speaking. So you want to get into public speaking, you need to grow in it, while also acknowledging your strength in one-on-one persuasion. Some people are good on one-on-one persuasion, talking to people, helping them, than just talking to the general public. So you need to accurate self-assessment of your abilities. Like in your business, what can you do very well? What can you do very well? What can you also outsource? What can someone else do? So you know yourself. Then 3 is self-confidence. Trusting your abilities, rooted in clarity of self. Trusting your abilities, rooted in clarity of self. Example, walking into a male-dominated boardroom and presenting boldly because you know your expertise is valid. So you need to grow your self-confidence. I know it, I can deliver it. So even if you walk into a room full of men, you take them as their brothers and you're just their peers. You also deliver what you have to deliver and get going. So self-awareness exercises. Self-awareness is the foundation of EI. So reflect, what emotions usually drive my decisions in business? What emotions usually drive my decisions in business? Is it fear? Is it hope? Fear that, they will not, if I don't say yes, they will go away. My dear, it's better for them to go away than for you to sell at a loss. Or, they're not pricing you, they're not coming on to what you want. And you just say, no, here, Nigeria, let me just enter. Enter and do what? Enter and go and be at a loss. Enter and start hissing up and down that you're not being done well. No. What emotions? Is it fear? Hope? Is hope driving your wings of business? What are you doing? How hopeful are you? What are you putting in place? Hope is like a seed. Have you planted something, hoping it's going to mature? If you didn't plant something, nothing will happen. You can pray from now to tomorrow. If we don't do something, you get nothing. That's just the gospel truth. Comparison. Are you comparing yourself to others? Hello? Be on your own lane. Don't compare yourself to anybody. Do what you can. Don't get carried away looking at another person's slave. They're saying that the grass on the other side of other person's lawn looks greener. But when you now get there, you now find out that it's not as green as you thought, and maybe there's a lot of things in there inside of it. So focus on your own. Be thankful to God. In that little corner where God has placed you, be there. And don't compare yourself with anyone. Just like the malams in our neighborhoods, the corner small shops malams. In that their little cubicle, maybe in the security house, and then they now put a little window. From that place, they are selling to the world. You see them doing brisk businesses because they're not even interested whether you are driving a Jeep, whether you have a big supermarket. In that small corner where God has kept them, they thrive. So learn to thrive in your own space. Then resilience, are you taking decisions based on resilience? So you need to be resilient. Today I'm tired. Tomorrow you leave. No. You need to be there. When you can identify the emotions behind your actions, you gain the power to regulate them. So the main thing is for you to work. Self-awareness is to identify, where am I operating from? Am I saying yes to this customer? Maybe a seamstress, a tailor. Am I saying yes because if I don't collect this material from her to sew for her, I won't get another one? No. You have to make a decision. You have to be aware. So let's look at Amina's turning point. A case study. Look at Amina's turning point. Amina, a Kenyan agribusiness founder, noticed her team often hesitated to share feedback with her. Projects suffered delays and morale was low. So through coaching, Amina realized that her short temper during stressful times intimidated her staff. Instead of denying her behavior, she began journaling her emotions daily and identify her trigger, which was financial stress. By naming the pattern, she learned to pause before reacting, communicate her stress openly, and ask for solutions instead of lashing out at her staff. The result, her team became more open, productivity improved, and she strengthened her leadership credibility. Amina's story reminds us you cannot change what you do not first acknowledge. She acknowledged that she's getting out of hand. That is just it. A lot of us are like that. You do transfer of aggression from what is happening in your house with your spouse or your family. You now bring it to the office. Hello, you didn't pour gum on the floor of the office and keep your staff there. They can walk. They can take madam, thank you. So long later, I'm off. So please learn to manage your emotions. Even in the house, even if you're feeding the person, say, please don't feed me anymore. Learn to treat people well. Learn not to, take your stress and be lashing out at people. They also have their own challenges. Everybody have their own challenges. So please ask yourself some questions. Journal it. What is making you like our own? Was financial stress? Well, in Nigeria, Africa, and diaspora right now, financial stress is through the roof. So are you going to fly through the roof with it? Every other person you are lashing out at also have their own challenges. So it's good to communicate. It's good to learn your pattern. Stop it. Communicate your stress openly. A problem shared is already half solved. And then people can bring, their results together and everybody can work together to ensure that things go well. Now let's look at the cause of poor self-awareness. The cause of poor self-awareness is reacting impulsively and damaging relationships. As I said in the beginning of this class, some people have reacted impulsively and damaged a relationship that would have been a beautiful one. Sitting back right now, many of you listening to me remember a relationship you were in that would have been beautiful, but because you reacted impulsively, maybe spoke rudely to the guy or something about the family, something that with emotional intelligence you will have managed and had a good life. But you damage your relationship, both with your girlfriends or with your neighbors or your church or somewhere. Please learn not to react impulsively. They're allowing unhealed wounds to influence business decisions. Don't allow things that have gone to influence your business decisions. No. Don't do that. Bury those wounds. Just let them go and then take decisions fresh. Don't use A to now appropriate that this is what B can do. Also do. No, don't do that in business. Overworking to prove what? Instead of leading with confidence. Some people will work. They're just busy doing so many things and doing nothing. You don't need to overwork to prove your worth. Instead, lead with confidence. You lead with confidence, it will come true that this person knows what he is doing. They're missing opportunities because of hidden fear or self-doubt. Many of us have missed opportunities because of hidden fear or you are doubting yourself. Then without self-awareness, emotions control you. You need to be self-aware at all times. Don't get riled. Don't let emotions control you. There are things that will happen, you just smile. You just keep quiet and watch. Be self-aware. Then with self-awareness, you control your emotions. And by extension, your destiny. When you are now self-aware, you can control your emotions. You don't fly off the ratchet. You don't fly off the handle. You don't get unnecessarily angry. You control your emotions. And by extension, your destiny. As I said, a lot of people have missed a lot because they couldn't control their emotions. Just a one outburst. Something. Imagine when you are pushing a rock. You are pushing a very big rock up the hill. Just as you're about to balance it where it will not roll back. Somebody made you angry. You say, and you remove your hands. And then that whole thing will go down the hill. That is what it is within your course. So please learn to control your emotions. Some tools to build self-awareness. One, the emotional journal. Even in your phone, you can have a soft journal. You can open something on your keep notes You can have from your diary, or have a small short notebook, emotional journal. Every evening, write down 3 emotions you felt that day. Did I feel anger today? Did I feel joy today? Did I feel fear today? Did I feel apprehension today? And then note what triggered them and how you responded. What was the thing that made this thing to happen? And how did you respond to it? Over time, patterns will begin to emerge. Patterns will emerge to show what is causing these things. Is it a human being that's causing it? Is it something that happened around you, or what you heard, or this will begin to emerge. Then feedback mirror. Ask 3 trusted people, what is my greatest strength? They will tell you. You don't know yourself as much as other people who are living around you know you. What is one thing I do that may hold me back as a leader? That's a question you ask. Oh, you don't allow, second time you don't allow other people to talk. That's not a good thing. A leader should also hear from other people. Then listen without defensiveness. Some people will come and ask you, and then they will not become defensive. No, just keep quiet. Say thank you very much. Note it down and think about it and know how to, improve on yourself. They're mindful pausing. Before responding in a heated situation, pause and breathe deeply for 10 seconds. For somebody will make you angry and you start talking, just hold your breath, 10 to 10, and then before you want, say anything. This short practice can save relationships, reputations, and results. Just that 10 seconds of, just keep quiet and then think about what to say. And just blocking out anything that comes come tops of your mind. And help save relationships, and emotions. So in many African leadership wisdom, in many African traditions, leaders begin their day with reflection, whether through prayer, storytelling, or meditation. This is more than spirituality. It is an act of self-awareness. By checking in with one's spirit and emotions, a leader ensures that their actions flow from clarity rather than confusion. As a modern African woman in leadership, you too can cultivate daily rituals of self-awareness, warning yourself before stepping into the world. By praying, saying affirmations, I am great and wonderful. Make up your mind as you're leaving your house every day that nobody's going to make you angry. No matter what they pull your trigger, you won't shout. You remain calm. Be prayerful. Always pray. Always breathe directly. Don't just leave your house like that. Pray and ask for guidance, before you leave. And when you get to your office, learn to pray with your staff. Learn to pray in your own corner. Learn to let there be calmness around you as you step out to your day. So day 1 wrap up. Today we focus on the foundation of EI, knowing yourself. Key takeaways: emotional intelligence begins with awareness. Emotions influence business decisions every day. Every day. Emotions also influence home decisions every day. Emotional intelligence begins with awareness in your home, your relationship with your spouse, your mom, your parents, the people living with you, your business persons, your customers. Emotional intelligence begins with awareness. So you need to be aware. And then you need to be aware first. Emotions influence business decisions every day. By naming and understanding them, you gain control. So know your emotions and then gain control over them. Assignment: journal about 2 to 3 emotional triggers you notice today in business or personal interactions. What emotions do you experience most frequently in your business or career? How do these emotions influence your decisions? And then what feedback have others given you about your leadership style that surprised you? Write your answers honestly. They are a mirror of who you are becoming as a leader. So I have an ebook and an audio book, that will help you to learn how to lead with heart and rise with power. And the book is titled The African Woman's Guide to Emotional Intelligence in Business and Leadership by Dr. Matilda Nwoko. It's a practical, inspiring guide for African women who want to lead with confidence, empathy, and impact. From boardrooms to businesses or to your homes, this book equips women with emotional intelligence to thrive. Now, on day 2, EI in leadership and business. We are going to look at empathy, the heart of leadership, social skills, building influence and networks, decision making with EI, case studies, African women leaders, and then the next step. Thank you for being part of this class. I'm grateful to see you in the next class. Thank you very much.